Hello, welcome again. This is Anthony. So today we are going to be looking at various search strategies for your methodology section. So there are different ways that one can do a literature search, and the main thing is not about getting the perfect search strategy. The most important thing is that you keep records of your results, and you make sure that if another person uses your search strategy and replicates it in the same database that you use for searching, then the other person will get similar results. So it's not about I want to get all the articles, I want to get all the perfect articles, which is not possible. You will still miss some articles. But it's about reporting exactly what you got, making sure you take your records. All right. So we'll look at the first strategy, which is what free text search. So here, what you are doing basically is you are not searching in the title or the abstract. You are just searching using the keywords. So I'm going to show you an example from a document. All right. So if you look at this, this search was done using various databases. So as you can see, you will see that this search, it wasn't done using the title or abstracts. So you will see here the study population. Okay, that is children or pediatrics, including adolescents. So that means those under age of 18. Now these are the various synonyms, various keywords for children, and these are free text words, free text words, free text search. So you have the study population, which were expanded using OR. Okay, so they were expanded using OR operator. Now just remember, just follow me. So now this is the individual in particular. Okay, now this is a qualifier. That means what type of individual are we talking about? We're talking about what? Obese individuals. Now these are different synonyms of words for obesity. Okay, for childhood obesity, that's pediatric obesity generally. These are different keywords that one can use. Now if you check, you will see that there is no reference to this. Search wasn't done in title or abstract of the article. It was just a free text search. Okay, and it was also the OR operator was also used to expand the search. Okay, now if you look at here, you will see that there is an and in between. So what this and does is to say, is telling the database, I want articles that have both this one and this one. So if an article has this one and doesn't have this one, the results, you will not, the database will not retrieve the results. So it must have this set and this set. Okay, so what does the OR operator do? What it does is, for example, now if an article has child, like this one here, and has maybe an article has child, but it doesn't have the other ones. So let's say 2 articles have the word child, children. 4 articles have content pediatric, juvenile. 10 articles have juvenile. So what it does, the result of this search will be an addition of all the articles. So that would be what? 2 plus 4 plus 10. Okay, so plus all the articles. So that's what all does. It expands. It says, give me everything. Whether it contains only child or it contains only pediatric, just give me everything, okay? Now this one also the same thing. This one has maybe like 10 articles have obesity, and that another 10 has obese, and that 10 has obese. Okay, so give me all the articles that contain this thing. That's an or. While and it says that I want my articles among these articles that are from this side, okay, from here, and then among the articles from here, I want you to give me the one that contains both this one and this one. So the database, so and is a filter, so it's going to now check if it has, if an article has everything here but doesn't have some if an article has, for example, let's say an article has child, okay, but it doesn't have any of these keywords inside this bracket here, it doesn't have any of these keywords, that article will not be selected. If an article has overweightness here, like this one, but doesn't have any of the keywords in this other part, it will not be selected. So that's what's going on in the background. Okay, so this is a qualifier, right? So always remember this. I will say this is a, can I say that this is a noun? Or the subject, the person that you want to investigate, the person you want to do your research, the human being you want to do your studies on. Okay, now this is the qualifier, so make sure your research has a subject, also has a qualifier. What is it about the subject that you want to study, right? Then these two are more closely related. Then look at this again. Now this is talking about risk, the various ways that you can say the word risk. So you combine everything using or. So now this one, risk factors, and then which other one again, and then implications or consequences, effects. So these are the various words. So now, so what I'm saying, what I'm telling the database is that I want an article that have this one. It must have at least one word from here, and it must also have at least one of the keywords from here, and it must also have at least one of the keywords from here, and it also must also have one of the keywords from here. That's why I'm combining with and then location. It must also have one of the keywords in this location, either United States as a whole or US, and then or any of the states within United States. Okay, so this, and then remember you write out the results, how many articles you got in each search. So this is one way of doing your keyword search. So note the subject, okay, note the qualifier, that means like let's say like obese, diabetic woman, diabetic adults, hypertensive adults. That's what I mean by qualifier. Now these are the external things that are external to the subject that you want to study. For example, the risk factors, maybe like physical inactivity, what the person does, things that are external. Okay, then the consequences, and then the location. So that is one way of framing. And then after you have done all this, you remember everything is now combined using what? And. You combine each of these categories using and. So that's one way of doing your search strategy, right? Now, the second way of doing your search strategy, you can decide, okay, I don't want to do free text search. I want to combine my title and I want to search articles, the title and abstract of articles, okay, and then also combine it with the medical subject headings using an or expander. So I want articles that have, for example, I want articles that have obesity in either the title or the abstract. And then I also want to get all the articles that are categorized under the medical subject heading, obesity. Right? So let's give an example. So let's look at this one. Now, this is a Medline strategy for a particular article. Now, the same formula I was giving you. Now, this is the study population. Can you see? This is the medical subject heading, not the free text search now. So here the author decided to say, I don't want to do free text search. I want to search only with using the mesh terms. That's the categories, and then using the keywords in the title or abstract. That's perfect fine. Just make sure that your results are replicable. If I do the research using, like for example, it's a search on PubMed, if I search on it too, I also get the similar results. That's all. It's not a crime. All right. So let's analyze this person's own. So here, the subject is adolescents. So and the category that is in PubMed here for adolescents is adolescent medical subject heading. All right. Now, what are the other synonyms of adolescents? You have teen, okay? You have youth, and you have juvenile. So, and I want to search all these things, any of these things that is in the title or the abstract. Get it for me. Now, this is telling me the type of adolescent. Okay, sorry, this is still under adolescent. So these two, 1 and 2 they are the same, right? So these two, they refer to the same thing. They'll give us the same. So I want every article that deals with adolescents, teens, youths, juvenile. That's what he says. So here I'm using or to say anything, any one of these from above is okay. Combine them for me, 1 or 2. So that will give me number 3. Start number 3, right? All right. Now, what is it about the subject that we want to study? We want to study obesity, right? That's a qualifier. So now, you can see here, I'm looking at the mesh terms. What are the medical subject heads that I can search in? Yeah, obesity and obesity, pediatric obesity as a mesh term. That's the categories. And then what are the various keywords in the title or the abstract that I want to study? You have obesity, overweight, any of these things within the title or within the abstract. I want them. Okay, so now these two also refers to another term. Okay, so these two also refers to a different. So they are all talking about obesity, and here they are combined together and expanded using or. So either anything from within this, that is what he is telling me. Bring 4 or 5. Now, what is the next activity? I want to study physical activity. That's the next concept, the next variable. So you see the same thing. You have your mesh term for exercise. Okay, here now there are 2 mesh terms within the database that the publisher was able to get. We have exercise and physical fitness. These are the categories within the PubMed database, so that can describe the word physical activity. And now these are the synonyms, okay, within the title. As you can see, they're all combined with or. So all this refers to one item. They all refer to what? Physical activity. They all refer to physical activity. All right. So they all refer to physical activity. So all this refer to physical activity. Refer to physical activity. So you can see physical activity. Okay, so here they are all combined together. So that means I have 592 articles that have something to do with physical activity. That's the meaning of this. 592K. That's 592,000 plus articles. Now, the next concept that we want to look at is what? Sedentary behavior. All right, sedentary behavior. Sedentary behavior. So, what are the possible medical subject heading for sedentary behavior? Okay, so it has just one medical subject heading, and then these are the synonyms for sedentary behavior. You can see them: inactive, sitting behavior, sedentary, physical inactivity, right? All right, and here it says combine. So now I want to combine the keywords. So now I've gotten the mesh terms now. Okay, so I want to look at physical activity as a whole. So what does it? I want to combine both the mesh and the keywords. So 11 and 12. 11 or not and 11 and or 12 will refer to what? Physical activity, right? That will give us what number? That's the 13th search. Okay, while 10 or 12 will refer to sedentary. So let's check the color codes. So you can see it. Blue is physical activity, both the mesh and the keywords in the title are outside, while pink is physical inactivities. So having combined them, so now I know that the total articles that were retrieved for physical inactivity was what? 164K. Sorry, for physical activity, 164K articles were retrieved, while for physical inactivity, that's a sedentary lifestyle, 717 articles have that keyword in their abstract or title, or were categorized under the medical subject heading. Now, what's the last concept I want to look that this article was looking at? It was looking at the idea of telemedicine. So it had to. So what are the various mesh terms for this? So this telemedicine had 3 different mesh terms. Okay, you can see here different mesh terms for telemedicine. Okay, let's see. Okay, so different mesh terms for telemedicine. Okay, and then they also have different synonyms, keywords. You can see. So, so I've said in my last video, this is how you can get these keywords by reading multiple systematic reviews, and you see the common words that people use to do a search. All right, so now you can see these are. So now, what does 15 or 16 or 17 or 18 refer to? They all refer to what? Telemedicine. Telemedicine, okay? They all refer to telemedicine. That is, sorry, they all refers to digital intervention as another concept, right? So you need to know all the concepts that your topic is about, and the synonyms and the medical subject heading. That's if you want to use this style. All right. So having done this, then you can now filter by article type. So for this author, which was this is the last step. So having done this, you can apply your filters. You can use date filters, peer review filters. You can filter by publication dates or publication type. So this author is looking at only studies that are clinical trials and the mice control trials. Okay, and then studies that have that in. So this is a filter. Okay, so he created a filter to get me all articles in PubMed that have this thing in their title or abstract, or whose publication type is what? Randomized control trial or controlled clinical trial. So that's what here is all about. So, and then he combined everything, and then see what he got. He got 1.49 million articles that have that. Okay, so our number 26 is what's controlled clinical trials, right? So Good. So having done all this, what are you going to do? You're going to now do what? Combine all the concepts that you have searched. Remember, there are up to 5 in this article or so. So you combine all of them using AND operator. So that is what we did here. 3 plus 6, that's AND. 3 plus 6 plus 14 plus 19. So what it means is that I want articles that have anything around 3 is what? If you remember, our color code was 3, right? So 3 is obesity, is adolescence. So I want all articles that have adolescence in them and also have what? 6. 6 is obesity, something around obesity. So I want articles, and the article must also have something around obesity. Okay. The article must also have something around physical activity. So 3 and 6 and 14 and 19. So what is 14? 14 is what? 14 is, okay, so 14 is 10 or 12. 10 or 12. Sorry, 14 is 10 or 13. Sorry. 10 or 13. So 10 is what? Physical activity. That's the blue color code. While 13 is what? 13 represents physical inactivity. So now that's, sorry, 13 it represents sedentary behavior. Okay, so now after combining everything, these are the total articles that we are retrieved. So we have 928 articles we are retrieved. Okay, now we now need to apply the filter, which is what I want only articles that are randomized controlled trials or controlled clinical trials, or that have things in their title, which is number 26. So you add your AND here and 26, right? All right. Okay, then further filters, so you can see all this was now reduced to 238. Then further filters were applied. I want only articles that are in English, okay, and articles that are for adolescents, and then that came down to 202. All right, so these 102 articles now are the final articles that you have to export to Excel to look at their titles. So you screen those articles by titles that are related to your subject. So maybe out of these 202, you're able to now screen by title, and you got maybe 50 articles that deals with the topic, or 30 articles. So now those 30 articles, you now read the abstract to filter them more. Maybe out of 30, you have maybe 10 articles that are strongly related to your topic. Then those 10 articles, you now read the full text and then ensure that they are similar to your topic, and then you can now do your research. This is another way of doing your search strategy. Now the third one, there are all different ways. It all depends on, just be consistent. So you can see this this author here, he searched both title and abstract. He searched for the concepts first. Okay, the concept of pharmacokinetics, both in title and abstract, and then mesh heading. The same thing here, concept 1 and concept 2. And then he applied a filter to limit it to children. That's anybody under the age of 18 years. So, and then he got 903 articles, and then out of this 903, 12 articles were used, right? So that was the first search. Now this time around again, what did he do? He also did almost similar to what he did here again, but this time around he used only title and abstract only for the concepts. You can see here they're all title and abstracts. Okay, now for the population, instead of using the filter again, what did he do? He now used the mesh terms for the filter. That's for the population. That's for the subjects. So you have infant mesh, child mesh, adolescent mesh. So he filtered the population using the mesh terms, and he got this, right? Then he repeated it again, but this time around he went deeper. Instead of going using the mesh terms, he had to now narrow it down again using the medical subheading, and then all fields and mesh terms all combined together. Okay, and then this time around, instead of using the population, this time around, what he now did was to now use the mesh terms again for the population. So the difference between this and this is that this one, the search was done only in the title and abstracts, right? While this one, while here he repeated the search, but this time around using all the fields and the mesh terms. So your search strategy must not be complicated like as this. Okay, so just use a simple search strategy and report what you got. So after everything, what did the author do? He now did what? He combined those references. So this one was done in PubMed only, and then he also reported other for each database that he did. He reported them separately. So this one, this type of reporting is more complex. So I advise you use simpler ones. So I think we have come to the end of today's tutorial. Okay, so thank you so much for listening, and then God bless you. Bye.